Hi there, Jeff here from the Wetsuit Centre, talking to you today about Seaskin's wetsuit. New wetsuit for this year. Seaskins have launched the Hot Wired, which is basically taking over the wired airlock from last year. So that suit's been dropped and they've gone towards the Hot Wired instead. Seaskins know a lot about creating wetsuits for the British waters, obviously being a British wetsuit company. They get a lot of feedback from their team rider, who is Russell Winter. And so obviously he knows a thing or two about using wetsuits in UK waters. So a lot of thought goes into these wetsuits from Seaskins, specifically for British waters. So getting that balance between cost, flexibility and warmth exactly right for the British surf scene. What they've come out with is a really fantastic suit, the Hot Wired. Taking over from the airlock from last year. A few fundamental changes between that suit and this suit. The wired suit is obviously still on the market. It's like the standard sort of Seaskins wetsuits, their flagship suit. Fantastic, really flexible suit, geared up more towards flexibility. The Hot Wired basically is using the formula for the wired, so loads of flexibility, high quality neoprene and a good cut within the suit, minimal seams, and then adding in a few bonuses taken from the airlock and a few other sort of new technologies to add loads and loads of warmth into the suit, so really good for those that feel the cold. To run through the suit then, basically the cut of the suit is always good, minimal panels of neoprene used, so you've got nice big panels. The suit on the outside is liquid taped. Basically that liquid taping is just a little bit thinner this year, so as technology is moving on they're using less of that liquid taping to give more flexibility. So those seams are liquid taped on the outside of the suit. That runs across the whole seams. Very durable, robust, stops any water penetrating the suit, so it's really good. The neoprene itself is Seaskin's most lightweight neoprene, so it's just as good as any other sort of lightweight neoprene on the market. Loads and loads of flexibility, okay, and that runs the whole way through the suit from top to bottom. As I say, the liquid tape's on the outside. Now, slightly different for this year. On the inside, they've dropped the liquid taping and they've gone with just a standard sort of like flat taping. You can see that sort of like bright green there. One of the fundamental changes on the suit, and basically the reason they've done that, it's more comfortable. So that sort of flat taping basically, it's more comfortable on the skin because it is flat, it's not abrasive, and it's not got any sort of like sticky properties which rub against your skin. Very good, still seals the suit. One thinking is with basically Seaskins have thought that 2 layers of liquid taping is probably a little bit much. It's a bit of overkill. The suits are glued and blind stitched and then liquid taped on the outside, then taped on the inside, so no water's going to get through there, and the liquid taping does affect the flexibility of the suit, so they have basically dropped that in favour of the taping, which I think is a good move. If you look further down on the suit, you've got the standard knee pads, the crypto knee pads. All of the wetsuit companies use this throughout their range pretty much now. That's what you should be looking for. Just makes the suit more durable on the knees and it's not going to wear through. So that's a nice little touch. The suit itself is 543. You can see very thick neoprene on the back. It's a generous 5mm as well, so that's important. It's going to keep your core area nice and warm and stop you getting cold in those key winter months. Nice finishing on the suit, as you'd expect with a top end suit. Little bits of liquid taping around the cuff of the ankles and the wrists just to create a better seal against your skin and stop the suit riding up. Okay. If we move further up the suit, another little fine detailing before getting into the sort of key features of the suit. You've got half moon cuffs, which Seaskins were one of the advocates of, and basically that is a separate piece of neoprene sewn onto the cuff just to create a really good seal against your skin. Nice and closed basically. Stops it riding up, stops water penetrating, and again you've got that little bit of liquid taping on the inside. Really nice detailing to ensure that it creates a fantastic seal. You're not going to get any flush throughs on the suit. As I say, you've got the bent seams, you can see that there, so that the seams move with the suit and it doesn't affect this or compromise the flexibility at all. On the front you've got, so this is the sort of kind of fundamental difference between the wired and the hot wired then basically. You get a lot of the same features in terms of the quality of neoprene, but sort of getting into the nitty gritty then, you've got basically called the airlock neoprene. Does still feature in this suit, whereas it doesn't really with the wired. With this suit you've got the airlock neoprene across the whole front panel. You've got smooth skin on the suit, which is specially treated neoprene, which stops wind penetrating the suit, and within that smooth skin you've also got the airlock neoprene as well. Basically what the airlock neoprene is 3 layers of neoprene sandwiched together. The middle piece of neoprene has a honeycomb or sort of like potholes in it basically. The idea being as heat leaves your body, it gets trapped within those potholes and then insulates you. Okay, so it does a good job. That basically the suit fills with hot air, and then that hot air then insulates you and keeps you nice and warm against the cold. They use that across the whole front panel of the suit. Got on the front panel on the smooth skin there as well, and you also get a smooth skin panel with the airlock neoprene on the back. So that's going to do a lot to keep your core really, really warm and basically keep you nice and snug in the key winter months. You haven't got it on the back panel of the suit like you did with the airlock last year. Again, they probably thought that was a little bit of overkill. Compromise the flexibility of the suit, so you've got just a nice high grade flexible neoprene on the back on your lumbar region where you're going to be moving and you need more flexibility, so it's not going to wear you out as quickly. Further up the suit, single lined collar, just nice and flat against your neck. Nice smooth skin on the inside, stops any rashes, creates a really good seal around your neck and stops any water getting in. Chest zip system, which is one of the key things to mention about the suit. It's all the very top of the range with Seaskins, no compromising at all. The chest zip system basically is sealed on one side, downward diagonal zip, so if any water gets in, it's drained out that way. The zip basically is a top quality zip. It's called the Enigma zip, is that right? This Enigma zip basically is very, very robust. It's not going to fall apart, and you can actually feel that when you touch the suit. There's a lot of quality there. They even sort of put a little strap on the inside of the chest zip there, just to make sure that it doesn't tear apart and all the stress points are nice and robust and safe. Okay, so you've got this chest zip system which goes over the head. Then on the inside of the suit is the actual wetsuit. There's a chest zip sort of sewn over the top. Then you've got two pieces of neoprene which come up very high on the collar, so no water is going to flush through and get into the suit. If any water does come up through the chest zip, it's just met with more neoprene. You've got flush holes on the suit as well, basically, further down on the wrist, on the arm. So if any water does get into this chest zip area, it's just flushed out of the suit rather than into your body. So as we pull that over, you can see these two pieces of neoprene. Again, joined together to give a little bit of flexibility in the neck and make it easier to get in and out of. Some people do complain that chest zips are a bit tricky to get in and out of, but that's the reason they sort of use this system. You can see it further on the back. Two pieces sort of like overlapping, just allows you to pull it apart and get in nice and easily. Once you've got the hang of it, it's actually not too bad to get into at all, and it does do a lot in terms of making the suit more watertight and more flexible, because you don't have the need for a zip down the back, which frees up the back panel, and also it's an unbroken seal around the neck to stop any water getting in. So, if I reach in the sides of the suit, turn it inside out for you, can see what's going on inside there. Pretty leery colours. And basically everything inside here is doing something. You've got that taping you can see, you've got the critical taping on the stress points to make sure that no seams rip apart or become frayed in any way because they're taped. And then further inside the suit, you can see all the way down, you've got on that the whole front panel's got that orange material, and the back panel's got the orange material as well. And what that orange stuff is, it's like a polypro material, but it's gone a little bit further, Seaskins, with this year. This is a special quick drying polypro. So similar to Rip Curl's flash dry material, but not being back combed. It's basically like a polypro material, so it's thermal material that stops heat leaving the suit. So any heat that leaves your body is going to be met with three things basically. It's going to first be met with this polypro material, which stops any heat leaving the suit so quickly. It's like thermal underwear. Then you've got the air insulated neoprene. And then you've got the neoprene itself, which obviously has heat retaining properties as well. So you can imagine what this is going to do in terms of keeping heat inside the suit and keeping you warm. Ribbed, this sort of material is slightly ribbed, and the difference between the polypro for last year and this year is basically the wicking properties of the material. What that actually means is that water is drawn out of the material and off your skin basically, and it dries out very, very quickly because of that. It doesn't actually retain any water, so it's fantastic at keeping you warmer, and it means the suit dries out nice and quickly. That is essentially everything going on inside the hot wire. It really is a top-end suit designed specifically for British waters, so for cold water, whilst still retaining flexibility. A lot of thought gone into the suit, really high spec, loads of top-end features, and you do get a lot for your money with Seaskins. So if you're thinking about a seriously warm winter wetsuit for this year, it's definitely worth thinking about the Seaskins Hot Wired or any Seaskins suit. So definitely a recommendation for the Wetsuit Centre for 2011 into 2012.